Autophiles in our fastest review ever.
Why?
Because we're going to reach in 20 minutes.
Oh, shit.
We're in the XTrail hybrid, the first C-segment SUV with a hybrid powertrain in Malaysia.
They got there first?
They got there first. They did something. They gave it a little niche of its own.
That means some of the Tanjong boys are working.
Yeah, you can see that. I mean, Nissan is a giant, so they have to wake up slowly. This is locally assembled. It came in the facelift. So the facelift changed a few things. They added soft rubber padding here.
But it's not very noticeable on the outside.
It's not. At first glance, you might say, hey, this is the same. But it's completely different.
Okay. Overall, the maintenance of the look is there.
The shape is the same.
Okay.
No panels were rearranged. You can see the shape is older.
Even when it was new, it was a little bit excessive on the outside. It's very flabby, like a lot of fats. Once upon a time, Nissan was the you know, and I remember they were legendary well into the 90s, man. But in the past 20 years, Nissan has become a little bit sad. Fallen by the wayside.
We all know that.
And then now scandal, will die, may die.
May die. Won't die, cannot die. Too big to die.
Too big to die. So it's a bit embarrassing, I mean, Nissan now, it's not cool anymore.
It's not cool,
the cool factor
but
is...
I think in the next generation with the new Almera, Turbo and all that, there's a chance now.
They are trying to grab the new market.
And like we said, ETCM, Tanjong Motors, they are so embedded within the industry that they know how to
find a way.
They'll find a way.
By throwing discount.
First impression, basically, it's not everybody's first choice.
It's not I mean, it's not the prettiest car. It's not the most groundbreaking.
It's not the biggest also.
It's not the biggest. It looks like the biggest, but it's not.
It's not.
It's not.
With the hybrid and with the facelift, the things they did, I start to see a different quality to the car.
Oh, okay.
And I guess this is performance already.
Okay.
I think there's something about the way Nissan puts their cars together, which makes it, first of all, just disappear
under the road.
I think they do it slightly better than Toyota because the steering feel is more like Honda.
The steering feel is more substantial. So there's something real going on here.
Yes. I mean, the car doesn't handle very well.
It doesn't.
It doesn't. I mean, but you know, when you're driving it,
it's not an athlete.
Yeah, it's not an athlete. But when you're driving it, there's this pleasant sensation. You feel slightly connected to the car, and yet you're not paying attention to all the bad things. You know.
And there's a Nissan quality here also, is the plushness.
The elbow rest. I can elbow it all the way in and putting pressure on it. You never feel anything hard. There's nothing hard.
It sinks in like Jupiter. It does not end.
It's just like a cloud of gas that goes in and in and in.
Yeah, man. There's the flushness. Like the seats are so thick. This is classic Nissan. This is classic Nissan. If you know your Nissan, you know that their seats are the largest in the industry. It used to be even bigger than Volvo seats, man. And here it's soft. Of course, it doesn't go in forever.
It cannot. But the fact that it's at least 3mm. This is leather wrapped with foam. And
you have a plush foam here for your legs and your calf. And this goes down forever.
So good, right?
Yeah, so good. It is genetically built into a Nissan to be like this. This is genetic, man. Yeah. You can't change the genes. I mean, at least they pay attention to this. They've not given up.
I don't blame uncles and all that for liking sticking with Nissan.
Of course.
As long as they keep their CVTs reliable, there is no reason to hate them too much. Still on performance, the 2-litre MR20.
MR20 has been in service for a long time. So Nissan, in its engine building technology, it's superior to all its Japanese counterparts. They squeeze some of the most amount of horsepower, bar Honda, out of their engine, but they are the absolute smoothest. They are the absolute smooth. There's a quality to Nissan engine that you even here I'm feeling it. It's so smooth, right?
The transition from EV to engine is beautiful.
Yeah, it's done very subtly. Such a Nissan quality. A lot of people don't realize this. Nissan quality in the engine, Nissan quality in the interior upholstery. It's there, the genes are there.
I mean, it's easy to laugh at non-performance oriented cars and Nissan. But they have a quality to them,
they do,
which is appreciable.
The torque is very immediate because of the EV
the hybrid engine.
The hybrid engine gives you a lot more torque than you would have had. You know, especially in comparison to CX-5, man.
And then you got these blind spot monitor. You got active safety. autonomous braking,
Right.
and lane keeping.
Right.
It has those
Okay.
things. So
Okay.
value lah.
Okay lah,
You
I
don't
mean,
feel too shortchanged.
It's not, torque-wise is good, horsepower is okay, speed-wise, I didn't really want to push this car. I don't know, this car just doesn't want you to push it around.
Yeah, it'll start screaming.
And just now, from turning into MPE, we're going through some elevated on ramps.
Yeah.
The car doesn't like to be chucked around. It's completely non-athletic at all. It's just a flabby seal, not in the water. You see, right there, sun tanning with its fat coming out from the side. Performance, what would you give it?
I would give it like 3 plus.
3 plus, 3.5 lah.
3 point, no, not even 3 point. A lot of cars can do the whole package.
Yeah.
I think CR-V can do the whole
Yeah.
package.
Yeah.
CX-5 can almost do it.
So 3 out of 5 for performance.
Yeah.
That leads us to looks. Oh, I have nothing to say. It looks like a freaking seal. And then it's brown. It's brown.
It's brown, yeah.
It's completely seal like. It's just a giant flap of Murano trying to look alike.
And just now when I was driving here, I saw another XTrail and I saw the X70 from the back. And even from the back, they've got the same energy about them.
Yeah.
The high cheekbone thing,
high cheekbone, yeah.
But you can see the X70 completely got it right, and the XTrail really got it wrong.
To be honest, it's easier to get it right here because it has a width. X70 is actually narrow, so it's in a narrow and tall car, which is a Chinese characteristics, really odd. It should have been harder to make it look good. Yet it looked better in the X70.
Yeah.
I have to accept Nissan for what it is, lah. You can't blame a company for having some weaknesses. And design is not a strong suit here. There's a lot of lines, unnecessary lines on the outside, and it looks fat. Maybe they're trying to go for a size, but I don't see that reflected on the interior.
No.
Which is really odd.
It's weird, yeah. And going into the interior, it's also nothing special.
Yeah, it's a lot of unnecessary lines.
Yeah.
Makes the car looks like it's older than it should be.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then
Really
you have
dates
carbon
the car.
fiber. Like what the hell? It's
Yeah,
not
the
even
fake carbon fiber.
Fake carbon fiber. Out of nowhere, you get fake carbon fiber.
Yeah. Then the piano black plastic is this sparkly weird thing. Then the infotainment screen is just a tad too small.
Yeah.
I mean, but it's got Android Auto and all that.
It looks like an afterthought.
It kind of is. But I mean, I'll give it a little bit of credit. They didn't overdo chrome.
Okay.
They didn't do fake, the silver grey paint.
Yeah.
At least they didn't do that.
Yeah.
So when you sit in here, you don't feel like you're on a gaudy car.
Right.
But it does feel
Aged.
aged.
I mean, because design ultimately, it's one man's meat and another man's poison.
Yeah.
Subjective and all, but it's just lacking in finesse and thought in its design. Looks wise, I can't give it anything higher than a 3. I'll be lying to you if I say it is a 3.2 even. It's a 3.
Okay, value.
Value, let's guess the price.
Value, it is a pretty high spec car.
Okay, wait. Pretty high spec in what sense? You have active safety, I see there's
You have
blinkers.
you have blind spot monitor.
No lane assist, right?
Got. Not active. Like, it doesn't correct.
Oh,
but
warning.
it'll warn you.
Okay.
Lane departure warning.
Reverse camera.
360 camera.
Oh wow.
360 camera.
Where is it? Display here in this small little thing.
When you press here, it comes out.
Oh man.
It's not very big. Yeah. But at least you get the picture. This Nissan one is okay. Power boot.
The one we saw just now, power boot.
Like I said, Android Auto.
Okay. But this car should not be selling more than 155,000.
Yikes. It is around there. So your guess the price is very accurate. 159, 160.
A bit more expensive than I wish it to be. But it's a real problem. Value, I cannot give very high score because of contacts. You see, X70.
Yes.
Dude, seriously.
And this was launched after X70.
Yeah. You can't really compete with that. You want to compete with that, you got to go down to 135, man. And that is a full 15 over 20,000 ringgit you got to slash off.
Impossible.
Which for Tanjong level is doable.
Let's see what the cheapest car is. Hey, the cheapest non-hybrid is 133.
Yeah,
134.
That may have been a more competitive. That could have been a 3.8 or 4 even.
But it's a Kosong spec.
Kosong.
So I think the value here is 2.5.
It's 3. 2.5. Oh yeah. 3 is better than average.
Yeah, it's not great value.
It's not great value.
Maybe if you are a family person and having a hybrid in your house helps your image. Let's say your company is all about eco stuff and all that. You need to have an EV or a hybrid in your house.
Right.
You want an SUV.
Right.
Then okay lah.
No other choices.
No other choices.
Okay.
Yeah. You have a family to carry around. Yeah, if your business depends on having an eco image, then.
But then the sticker for the EV is not big enough.
The hybrid on the side.
Is it? Very big.
All capital letters.
Oh, okay.
You don't feel shortchanged though. There's equipment in here.
Yeah, but it could have been like 10,000-15,000 ringgit cheaper.
Perceived quality is not there.
Okay lah, I mean good things are comfort in all aspects. The suspension is very pliable, the seats are very thick and plush, and the engine is buttery smooth. But they are a little bit lacking in competitiveness lah in the past years, and that's a bit disappointing.
It feels like they're not keeping up with market trends. The only trend that they're keeping up with is the hybridization trend.
You know, Star Trek has a new series called Picard. Yeah, it's a bit like Picard at the beginning lah. You know, he had a glory day, but then he's just kind of fallen by the wayside, and everything he wanted to do now, he's in trouble because, you know, he's not cool and savvy, he's not authoritative anymore, he has no power, friends abandoned him, you know, things like that. So yeah, a bit sad lah. I mean, I'm a bit melancholic for Nissan, you know, because it was my first love lah.
Hey, signing out of a XTrail hybrid.
Okay. Goodbye!
No, because I heard from the engineer that in the first batch it was a problem.
Yeah, but then they sorted it out.
Iran Tan Chong was forcing Nissan engineers to listen to them to put an oil cooler on the CVT.
Okay.
Because our weather is not good enough. But we don't know, you know.
It sounds like an afterthought.
It is an afterthought. It's a modification, you know. But you add local content, so your incentives go up, then your price goes down.
Add an oil cooler and all the modifying shops like, is that all you can do? With all your facilities, is that all you can do?